PJ Hall, Chauncey Wiggins. Chauncey Wiggins had a career high 15. Go ahead with questions whenever you guys are ready.
Chauncey, you hit those big two back-to-back three-pointers to tie the game and then put y'all up three. Just what were you feeling at that point?
I was just thinking, like, we were down, like, really 6, 7, going into halftime. We weren't playing our best basketball, and we were only down 6 or 7. So I'm like, okay, like, we need to get something going on offense, getting stopped. So I just, like, when we shoot the ball, make plays for this guy and my other teammates. So, yeah.
PJ, you're down 11 there, 15 minutes to go. What did you say to the guys, or and what were y'all saying to each other out there on the floor?
Just sticking to the game plan. We didn't shoot the ball particularly well all night. It was 25 from 3 and 31 from the field. Or overall 44. But the first half was obviously rough. But sticking to that game plan. Excuse me. And then down the stretch, executing. The biggest thing that won the game was defense. And so going down the stretch, making sure we weren't fouling, getting the first rebound, struggled with that a little bit down the stretch, but making sure that we limited the things that were going to hurt us the most. And that was obviously the 3-ball, then the free throw line. So late in the game, I think executing that was big for us.
Y'all done this a couple times this year now. You've been down double digits, second half, and able to rally. Is that just part of the dynamic of this team?
That just speaks to our core and our age. I mean, we're an older group. We have some younger guys who really help us. Obviously, Wig and Reggie, RJ, and then a few other guys that help us out a lot down low. But we our core group. I mean, with me, Chase, Joe, and Chef, we have 4 guys who are upperclassmen. So having that experience down the stretch is huge, and we stay calm, we stay poised. We've all played in big games, bigger crowds than that. I mean, Joe's been in the Sweet 16. We just played in front of I don't know how many thousand in Alabama in a hostile environment. We're built for that kind of stuff.
PJ, speaking of crowd, this is probably the biggest and loudest crowd here at Little John since you've been here. How much of a factor were they tonight?
It was huge. I mean, it's so fun. Whenever we have that kind of fan support in Little John is special. I mean, it's just packed out. Sometimes it's hard to even call out ball screen coverages. It's pretty tough, and I already don't do a great job of that. So it's fun, man. Whenever you have all those guys going right behind your back, you got the new noodles or whatever, the balloons. That's a cool little factory we've had. It's a fun place to play. Everybody always asks me, like, hey, what's your favorite place to play in the ACC? And I'm dead serious when I say it's Little John. I don't really have a favorite place away. There are some places that are cool, but I mean, Cameron's historic, Dean Dome's big, but it's not as fun as Little John in my opinion. And there's some bias, but still.
PJ, Coach Parrish said that y'all were more aggressive offensively in the second half. Was that a conscientious effort on your part?
Yeah, I mean we had to score the ball. We didn't do our best in the first half. Obviously, like I said, 31 from the field and 25 from 3. That's not us. We only took 8 threes in the first half, which is not crazy low, but it's definitely lower than normal. And making 2 is definitely low. So, having an attack mentality on offense. I mean, putting up, was it 23 the first half? Is that right? Or 20 something the first half. That's our probably our lowest all year, correct? And so it was coming out in the second half was just go out there and attack, and don't do anything crazy, but go out there and be aggressive.
Was it something they were doing in the first half, or y'all just gonna settle in?
Settle in. Missed a lot of bunnies. I missed a couple at the rim. RJ missed a couple that normally fall. He's been great all year. Just couldn't quite get him to roll in. Chef missed a couple. We were all just kind of, getting our feet under us, which is something you can't really do in a game like this. But obviously, we have the experience to bounce back from it. We have guys like Wig who can hit big shots. Joe who can make huge shots. Chase made a wild step back 3 that was also for us late in the second half. We have a lot of guys who can create an offense and make sure we can win when we're not shooting the ball great.
For both y'all, the football team won this game 2 weeks ago. The trophy was in the lobby. Just what did it mean to deliver a win over a rival tonight with that big crowd?
I mean, I'll speak just about being in the state. It's our whole thing was like, as we just play the game, break them, make sure that they feel us late in the game, wear them out. We're down a couple of guys. We're only playing about 9, but as we go out there down the stretch, make sure they feel us and impose our will. Make them foul us, make them have to play defense, grind them up on offense, and then just kind of go out there and do what we do. It's obviously a big game. It's a huge game for the state. It's a huge game for Clemson fans, and we were kind of like, it's every win is a +1 in the win column. This is like a +1.5. So it's definitely special beating those guys.
Yeah, I'll say with me being away from South Carolina a little bit. I mean, it was still big to me. It's my second year. First year I didn't really know how big it really was. And then warming up, saw the trophy. I'm like, okay, this is like pretty big, AAU stuff. So I was like, I was like, got to give it everything, grind them up, get defensive rebounds, get stops, hit big shots. So yeah.
For either one of you, every good team's got to have a guy that's willing to go in there and do the dirty work. And it seems like lately Ian Shefflin is just in there battling, punching guys, grabbing rebounds, steals. What's it like having him play at such a high level, but still kind of doing that quote-unquote grunt work?
Yeah, I mean, I'd love to compliment him. Ian has been tremendous all year. People don't realize how skilled Ian is outside. I mean, that's a huge skill. That's a very undervalued skill. Like Dennis Rodman, a huge rebounder. There are guys in the NBA who are rebounders nowadays. But when you have somebody like that who can shoot the ball, I mean, B.J. Mack took 2 steps off of him late in the game, hit a big 3. You have somebody who can shoot the ball like he can, put it on the floor, create plays, passing the ball, but he's willing to just go and do that kind of dirty work. I mean, Ian Shefflin is absolute X factor for us. He and R.J. Godfrey are a little bit the same. I see you fanning yourself. It's hot in here. It's hot. But yeah, I mean, he's huge for us. And I watched the presser with Coach Capel in Pitt, and he had some great words for him. And I thought that was really good for people to kind of notice how awesome he is for us, and to know that, I mean, these games aren't won without him. I mean, 17 rebounds at Pitt. He had 6 offensive rebounds in the first half. You don't win 8 games in a row without Ian Shefflin, and he knows that. He does an incredible job doing his role.
I love that guy. I love him.
Yeah, he also might be the funniest dude on the team.
Yeah, I love it. Been with him since high school. He's always really had that in high school. He just never really shown it. And now that I'm with him, I'm one grade below him. I'm glad that like all his skill, all the toughness, and all the grit is coming out. And I just love playing with that guy, man. Yeah.
Anything else for these two? All good? Okay.
Thank you guys. Congrats.